I know yet. I know your life. You're not even live yet. I can't see. Okay. Okay, we are live, so drop the link for people. Have you dropped the link? Okay. Great. Good morning, everyone. Where is Ayamuko? Okay. Have you seen the new link? Okay. How was our week? Who wants to tell me how your week went? Somebody should tell me how your week. Oh yeah, now who wants to tell us how's the week? Mommy, good morning. Okay. Oh yeah, now nobody. I don't say your week was fine. You say? For people online, how was your week? Trust your week was great. So this morning I will be can we confirm all the homes are back online on YouTube? I want us to confirm, because I'm not seeing the count of the viewers like before. So let's confirm. I want. Okay, I hope everyone is enjoying their homes, and most especially the second service. I hope that you guys are enjoying your homes and you guys are loving up on each other and enjoying the Lord. That's the essence of the glory homes, so that we can bond better and we can enjoy our lives. In fact, let me see everyone on. Let me see their faces on Google Meet. Okay, I can see the home from I can see Obadore, I can see Liasu, I can see First Gate Axis 1. I can see First Gate Axis 2. Okay, now I can see your video. Okay, I can see your video. I can see Deacon Chika. Chika, who is beside you? Is that Johnson? Okay. I can see you guys. Chika, I'm expecting that by now that room. Okay, it's Abiel, it's not Johnson. Where is Johnson? Okay, Johnson is at work. Okay. Okay. I can see everyone. I can see you guys. Great. If you can hear me from Obadore, can you wave your hands? Audio is not sounding now. Audio too. I can't hear anything on YouTube. Audio is not sounding now. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so this morning I'm going to be speaking to us on standing strong in a changing world. Or you can put your own English: standing firm, standing unshakable, standing unwavering, unwavered in a changing world. Standing without wavering. Anyhow you want to coin your English. Anyhow you want to coin the English. You're permitted to. So I want us to open our scriptures to the book of Daniel. Daniel chapter 1. Start from Daniel. I'm going to be looking at the life of Daniel, and I'm going to be using Daniel's life to explain how we can stand strong even in a changing world. Okay, let me read from here, from verse chapter 1. From verse 1. In the 3rd year of the reign of Jehoiakim, king of Judah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it. And the Lord gave Jehoiakim, king of Judah, into his hand, with some of the articles of the house of God, which he carried, into the land of Shinar, to the house of his God, and he brought the articles into the treasure house of his God. Then the king instructed Haspenaz, the master of the eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants and some of the nobles young men in whom there was no blemish, but good looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge, and quick to understand, who had the ability to serve in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans. And the king appointed for them a daily provision of the king's delicacies and of the wine which he drank, and 3 years of training for them, so that at the end of that time they might serve before the king. Now from among those of the sons of Judah were Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. To them the chief of the eunuchs gave names. He gave Daniel the name Belteshazzar, to Hananiah Shadrach, to Mishael Meshach, and to Azariah Abednego. Sorry. Can we read verse 8 together, everybody? That they might not defile themselves. So, sorry, excuse me. I deliberately read the introduction so that we could understand the basis and we can know the premise at which I'm teaching us today's topic. So, Bible says Jehoiakim was the king of Judah at a point. Let's just do a little story. And when Jehoiakim was ruling over Judah, you remember that it was only David. It was only Saul, David, and Solomon that ruled over the entire tribes of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. Bible students, you've forgotten your Bible Sunday school. After Solomon, the kingdom was separated. So the house of David just began to rule the tribe of Judah forever. Then Israel had another king. Yeah, so at that point, Bible then, of course, if you read your scripture, especially the Chronicles and the Kings, Bible was always talking about the two kingdoms, because they were ruling side by side, the two kingdoms. But more spotlight was on Judah, because that was where the Bible story was going to be derived from, the lineage and everything, till when Jesus was going to be given by, because he came from the tribe of Judah. So Jehoiakim, when he now became the king of Judah, of course there have been prophecies that are long gone about Judah and Israel they are going to go to slavery and all of those things and blah blah blah. So Nebuchadnezzar came, and the Lord was going to deliver the entire Israel into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar. And I'm telling this story so that you can understand this premise. By the time we then begin to get to the middle of the message, you'll be able to understand what I'm trying to say. So a man called Nebuchadnezzar, the Lord permitted him to conquer the choicest nation to God. The nation that God was going to be using as a typology for redemption and salvation for humanity. God permitted a man called Nebuchadnezzar to conquer that land and to take them in slavery. Remember, if you're a good Bible student, remember that this Nebuchadnezzar, couple of years down the line, the Lord also came to him and dealt with him. But don't worry, we will get there during the message. But the Lord permitted, because the Lord allowed it. The Bible says Nebuchadnezzar took those people in slavery, even from the house of the Lord. He took some treasures from the house of the Lord. And when he got back to his kingdom, because Nebuchadnezzar was ruling Babylon, and Babylon then was ruling from, if you Google it and search how mighty Babylon was ruling almost the entire world at a particular point in time. Almost the entire world. It was during that era. During that era was when the era of Esther. What's the name of Esther's husband? Ahasuerus. Ahasuerus was also ruling almost like a major part of the world during that time. It was about that time. It's just that the book of Esther was separated from the book of Daniel. If you begin to look at the biblical history, you know that they were just about the same generation and same time. Yeah, so Babylon the Great was a very powerful Babylon. Babylon ruled for years before the Egyptian rule. After the Egyptian rule, before the Roman ruled. Because yes, now the Egyptian, then the Roman took over. Roman also was a powerful nation that ruled almost, but Roman was not as big as Babylon. Babylon was mighty. They had a large expanse of almost the entire world at that particular. So Nebuchadnezzar was a very strong king. Was just conquering lands and conquering lands. So he decided that he wanted people. So of course they are now my people, they are my slaves. I've conquered their land. And he said, he told the king, the leader of his eunuchs, he said, get unto me. So this is the first lesson I want us to know. There is a treasure that is in the life of a believer. Especially when you are on the Lord's side and you're in the camp of the Lord. There is a treasure that the heathen knows of and they are always desirous of in our lives. Like they desire something. There's something that the Lord has placed in the life of a believer that the heathen knows about and they desire it in our lives. They are the one that knows that there's something special about you as a believer. But I've seen a generation that the believer does not even know that there's something special about himself. So the things of the world is what the believer is now desiring. Whereas the world knows that there is a peace that I can never have in this world, that these people, they have, and I also long for. So it is now a battle of two kingdoms, the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. And the kingdom of darkness is desiring to be saved. When Jesus was going to talk about it, he said there is a manifestation of the sons of man that the hearten are waiting for. There is a groaning in the kingdom of darkness that they are longing to be delivered and to be saved from. And they know that there is no other salvation that they can ever get. They can only get this salvation in the kingdom of light. They know. There is a common knowledge in their hearts that they know that this peace that I seek for is in this kingdom. But because the devil has them bound, spellbound, they don't have authority or power by themselves to be able to pursue that peace that they know exists somewhere else. So the heathen knows that there is a treasure in a heathen vessel that the Lord has placed in the life of a believer. They know. In fact, there is a longing that the Lord has put in every soul that He has created that longs for His God or her God. But they are helpless because that longing cannot be fruitful, cannot be actualized, except they have the ability and that treasure that the Lord has placed in the kingdom of light. So it's a common knowledge that the Lord has put in every soul. So Nebuchadnezzar knew of this, and he said that get me of these people. So my first question was, is it Israel that Nebuchadnezzar conquered? Is it only Israel that Nebuchadnezzar conquered? No. Why the spotlight on Israel? Is because of that treasure. Because proud knowledge is that there is a nation called Israel that the God of heaven is with. Because there is a common knowledge also. And that's why I want you to know that Israel was a typology of redemption and salvation that the Lord has been writing a story so that we can learn of them. Every nation that Israel go to war with, before you even start the war, they know that the Lord is in their camp. By the time they call to their God, we are already doomed. It's a common knowledge amidst the nations of there. So no nation wants to fight Israel. In fact, let me tell you, even till now, like in this 21st century, Israel still carries that covenant as small as they are, no nation can win, that can conquer Israel, even in this 21st century. Check the news, just read the news. Read the news. Even US, I'm saying the United States of America, they can only part with them. They won't go to war with them. They won't. Even America knows, they have that common knowledge. It's because it's an eternal covenant that the Lord has made, and it is an eternal pact that the Lord has made with Israel. That till he returns, this covenant will be sure over them. Is that literal? Even though the Israelite of this generation is now the people of Jesus, even the Gentiles that have now given their life to Christ. But I'm saying even literally, that nation called Israel is like that. It's like that. So there is a common knowledge, and even Nebuchadnezzar share of that common knowledge. And he says to the leader of his eunuchs, he said, get me people from this particular tribe, people of the household of the kings, people that are noble, and this and this and this, people that are able, that are teachable. Let's go. I want to pick all the qualities that Nebuchadnezzar gave. So, from verse 3. Then the king instructed Aspenaz, the master of his eunuchs, to bring some of the children of Israel and some of the king's descendants. The spotlight was on Israel, and the spotlight drilled down was on the king's descendants and the noble people. So don't give me the ordinary or don't give me any anyhow person. Give me the king's descendants. Give me the sons of the nobles, sons of politicians and everybody in Israel. Young men in whom there was no blemish. Criteria 2. But good looking, gifted in all wisdom, possessing knowledge and quick to understand, who had ability to serve in the king's palace, and whom they might teach the language and literature of the Chaldeans. See all this quality about the people that will be able to serve in the king's palace. See, in life, and I want everybody to listen to me, that scripture that talks about the gift of a man makes room for him. He will stand before kings and not before mere men. Okay? That thing called gift of a man, the details of it is what Nebuchadnezzar just showed us. Because he was a king, he wanted people that could serve him and appear before him. And he gave a criteria of the things that you must do. And those criteria, I'm going to talk about them in just a very short while, which I want everybody to listen to. Because if you are going to take the nations for Jesus, if we are going to take the mountains of this world for the Lord, in our respective careers, our respective houses, compounds, neighborhood, our respective schools, in everything that we do, we must learn of the way of Daniel. In fact, start learning from the way of Nebuchadnezzar, because he had the heart of a king. And he is revealing the things that, because if you want to stand before kings, you are not standing before kings that are Christians alone. I hope you know. You even stand before kings that do not know your God, because it's going to be your light that will then show them the path. That is why you need to learn of the things that even the world would desire and ask of you. Of course, you're not patterning your life. You're not patterning your life in the way of the world, but you're patterning your life in the way that can make room for you. And what is the end goal of you getting that room? Is that you can make Jesus known and him glorified in your life. So if you are going to take mountains for the Lord, take positions for the Lord, going for the best so that we can show the light of salvation, we can show the light of God in the darkness of this world. You must learn all these principles and we must imbibe it in our life. Nebuchadnezzar was going to ask for people that were going to stand before him and going to be serving the major and the biggest kingdom in the world at that time. He said these people must be good looking. He said these people must be full of all wisdom. You know that in this generation, it's Christian guy that does not even know Jesus. And you allow them speak. Intellectually, Christians, a lot of Christians are very daft. You know that word called daft? It's not a proper English word. I hope you know that daft is not a proper English. It's a slang. They don't have, I'm telling you, if you put a Christian side by side with a child of the devil, in the things, maybe in their skills, in their place of work, in anything, a Christian is always falling short. And that thing is not, it is not typifying the excellency of our God. So a king was going to ask for a man that is full of wisdom. Men that will serve before him. Men that he can trust and he can put honor on. He was looking for men that are full of all wisdom. It's Christians of this generation that I know that the only thing they know is Bible. They don't know any other thing. The only thing that is that they can quote John chapter 1 verse 1. When it comes to finance, very poor. When it comes to their work, their career, very, very nonchalant. When it comes to every areas and aspect of their life, is rubbish. But they can quote scriptures. They can pray in tongues. They can speak fire. But in all wisdom, they are lacking. So Bible says, good looking, full of all wisdom. What else was stated there? Possessing knowledge and quick to understand. Let me ask you something. Just a sample for those of you in this house. How many of us you like reading? Raise up your hand. Like, I'm not saying academic books. You like going for knowledge. Let me put it like that. You like knowing things just to know what's up, what is on. Let me see your hand. And your milk and anointing does not. You are doing something. See, that thing is an ability that you must. If you don't have it, you must convert it, and you must work yourself into it. You should be possessing knowledge and be quick to understanding. Be quick to understand things. Don't only say, let me give you a cheat code. There was a day like that me and Papi were talking. That was even way before we had the discussion of pastoring or something. So we were talking one day. I think that day I'm not sure where we met. Maybe he's in church. He's in church in his office. Yes. And he began to ask me questions, this and this. And he delved into politics and football. So when he was asking me about my work, finance, I was talking, of course, spiritually, of course, sound, everything. He now delved into politics and football. He now saw that I could not talk, I could not exchange, I could not speak intellectually again. I was just nodding my head, saying, oh, yes, sir. I was just listening. He now laughed. He now said, Tayo, go and be reading news. Know what is happening. Know what is happening in the world. Be watching ball. Even if you are not going to have time to watch ball, go. Maybe you have Instagram. Just be checking updates. Be knowing this. He saw a deficiency in me. He said, that thing, you are deficient of it. You need to be grounded all round. I know you're a man of God. I know you are. These are his words. So I said, I know you're a man of God. I know you are sound. You are Jim. I know. But you say all these things, you cannot be deficient in it. You can't lack knowledge in all these things. He said you should know about it. Know about, even if you don't have the full knowledge, know something about everything. That was the day I said, I will start knowing things about, I'm telling you, things about everything. It's that my wife sometimes used to be proud that she's the one that introduced me to football. Of course, we thank God for her life. But she only introduced, she did not sustain that passion or love. I know why those things were sustained. Because I need to, I'm telling you. Because I placed my life on, and when somebody tells me things like that, I don't react negatively. I just take my life. I sieve everything I've heard. nobody wants to, this one is true, this one is true. And I work on it. I discovered that sometimes when they are talking about football, maybe at work, did you watch football yesterday? You see that I don't know anything, I don't know jack. I will just be blank. I say, the only glory is just Pastor Tayo. That's the only glory. I say, no, this is poor. This is bad. So I started watching, but I started knowing about things. I started deliberate, not that I actually had interest in it. Thankfully, she introduced me because there are both people in their house before I married her. In fact, all of them have, I still don't have club today, but I just want to watch. I know that this one played yesterday. This was the score. Sometimes if I don't watch, I won't sit down here to watch. I'll go on Instagram, I'll go and check the page and know who scored, who won, so that I can have mouth to talk when they are saying things. So when I get to work and my unit head Patrick at work, he watches, but say, and we are the only two guys in my head say, Blessing, do you watch that boy yesterday? I will have mouth. I say, yes. Me too, I will talk like Sabi person. It's deliberate. Or when they are talking about politics, what is happening, do you know? I know a lot of you don't know what is happening in US for now. You know, Trump have been showing them shaggy, doing a lot of things. He even posted one racist video like that on his page about Obama and everything. I deliberately just go and watch and learn just to know what is happening in the world. It is needed. Because when it comes to class and it comes to you having great doors opened for you, literally standing before the kings of the heart, you need to have all this wisdom. Because you won't be able to talk intellectually at par with them. And when you are not able to talk at par with them, they will sideline you and they will move on with people that they can have some intellectual discussions with. I'm telling you. It's needed. Very, very important. Because as the Lord begins to give us avenues and channels and open doors to us, not forgetting the anchor of our year because of the blessing that the Lord is bringing on our lives and across our way this year, we need to then start positioning ourselves to be able to use this blessing to the utmost, to be able to use it well. Let me give you something. Last week, my boss, our executive director at work, he needed me to start working closely with him. And when he called me on Monday, he had this conversation with me. He said, Blessed, I want you to work closely with me. I'm going to pull you from your unit. You're going to be working directly with me. And that's not even what I want to say. Somebody is a testimony. Fine, Blue is going to give me more open doors and more avenue, but that's not what I want to say. These are his words. He said, you now need to read more because you are working with me. You know that the level that I'm operating in, I'm operating in a top management, the highest level of the bank. You'll be doing stations for me, doing all my this, preparing me for this, all the meetings I have, all the visitation, all my travels, everything. You're going to be, it's as if my life is in your hands. You're going to be determining everything I'm going to go and say and present and do this. And I want you to be coordinating all the 4 groups, the largest group of the bank operations, everything, and the major core operations they are reporting to him. You'll be coordinating all these 4 groups and be getting report from them, doing this and sending it to them. So all the groupers will be sending me reports. I'm interface, you get. It's a big, so you have to be reading, you have to be vast in knowledge, you have to be doing, it should be you that will be coming to tell me that this is what is in vogue in other banks, these are the new things that we think we can do in Access, these are the things. That's the intellectual conversation I want to be having with you. This way his words to me. I said, yes, I no problem, you have it. So it put me on the spot that I had to now go and be, unless I'm just going to be searching and be reading afresh about banking, a digital bank, how was it? I'm telling you, because he doesn't want to have, he said, I've worked 31 years of my life, morning to night, like this has been my lifestyle. I'm traditional in my thinking because I did traditional banking for 31 years. But the banking system cannot be traditional again. And that is why I chose you, because I know you are young-minded. And I know why, I'm telling you this way is why, and I know why I did not pick any other person. So it is you that should be telling me that, sir, this is what we should be doing now. That is the conversation I want to be hearing from you. And I don't want you to just be saying, I don't want a yes, sir, boy. I don't want, this is what my guy has said. Disagree with me. Tell me no. I don't think that's right. Tell me no, that's not what we should do. Have conversations like that with me. It's taking me to another level that I have not yet. Give me to another. See, to open up ourselves to this all wisdom and giving to knowledge. there are some pedestrians you won't walk with. You won't walk in, rather. There are some things you will never have access to. You won't be able to serve before kings. Because we are hearing from the mouth of a king. This is Nebuchadnezzar speaking, the biggest of kings at that time. He said, these are the people that I want. People that are given to knowledge. People that are not lazy. People that are good looking, given to knowledge, full of all wisdom. People that are teachable. People that are intelligent, that even when we teach them the language of the Chaldeans, because statistically it's proven that when you teach a child multi languages from when they start talking, I think maybe from the ages of their 3, 4, 5 years, and you teach them at their early stage, they have the ability to pick and speak about 5 languages. 5 comfortably. I've never even started on step. It's only English. Even Yoruba is just trying. 5 languages comfortably. Once they are old like this, it becomes a problem. Now, Nebuchadnezzar is looking for people that are already old, but they have the ability to learn another language. See, some of us, we are not flexible. We are not malleable. We just believe that Christianity is a zombie word. That's how some of us see Christianity. Just sit down like this. If they put water in your mouth, don't throw the water away. That's just how Christianity is. That's how Christianity is playing in you people's head. So when it comes to things like learning what is going on in the world, knowing about politics, knowing about this, you don't want to dabble into it because you think, no, to stay my soul. Nobody asks you to engage in the things of darkness. You need to just be vast in wisdom and knowledge. You need to know everything going so that you would, in fact, it is even for you, so that you will not be tossed to and fro. Because when you are grounded in knowledge, there is nothing that would come across you that you will push you to and fro. And that it is going to open doors for you before kings. It's going to open doors for you before kings. So those were the acts of Nebuchadnezzar. People that are quick to understand, who had the ability to serve in King's Palace. So I'm beginning to wonder, how do you judge somebody that have ability to serve? All the premises of what he stated were the things that give ability to serve in King's Palace. Not just that you can serve, because some of us, we can serve, but you can't serve in King's Palace. You don't have all the qualities and the attributes to serve in King's Palace. You don't. You are not quick to understanding. You don't have the ability to, you are not teachable. You are not good looking. And good looking is not about physical beauty. I've explained that to you before. Good looking is just simply taking good care of yourself. Taking good, smell nice, do this, all of those. I don't want to go double into those ones. You know about those ones already. Good looking, no blemish, gifted in all wisdom, possess knowledge, and quick to understand. Quick to understand. That is the premise of what introduces us to serve before kings. But that's not even all the things I want to say to you. That's just my introduction. Now, my first point, which I want you to note. You must decide before pressure comes. And I'm going to explain it. In seeking to stand strong in the changing world, you must decide in your heart before the pressure comes. You must decide in your heart before the pressure comes. If you seek to stand strong, seek to be unwavering in this changing world, you must purpose in your heart. A decision must happen to stand strong before the pressure comes. And that was what we see from Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. The Bible says, but Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with a portion of the king's delicacy, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore he requested of the chief of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. That he might not defile himself. The world is changing. The world, it will ever and it will keep changing. And it will, in fact, the world will keep being a place that will be more terrible. Terrible for us to live as a Christian, more terrible for where you can have a sane Christianity. In fact, you can't have a sane Christianity nowadays if you are not disciplined and careful. Because the things that looks like they were, you check the 1950s, 60s, the prostitutes of those days, how they dress, is how Christians are now dressing now. Like, that's how terrible the world is changing. How the prostitutes dress. They will wear short skirts. That short skirt is just over their knee, over their knee, short skirts, and maybe a fitted top or something. Put a bob here on their head, do makeup and everything, chew gum. That's the prostitute of those days. That's exactly how Christians are dressing now. It's not the normal. It's not the normal order. Normal. It's not a bad thing again. Why do you think people see people that wear maybe very, very, very short skirt, and it's nothing? It's nothing. It's just a normal thing. You know, it has become a norm. Like, it's nothing. Wear very short skirt that is revealing. It's a norm. You don't even feel bad. You don't feel anything. Even you as a Christian, you don't feel bad for the person. You just feel normal. The normal thing. But you dare not wear these things in the years past. You dare not. In fact, they can treat you as an outcast. They'll think you don't have sense. You don't have sense. So the prostitute of this age now is now pants and bra that they are wearing outside. And in fact, that thing is also becoming a norm. It's not becoming I'm telling you, it's not becoming a norm. Of course, it's not even becoming. It has not become a norm. That's why you go to beach, you see different people. They tell you that's just a normal thing. It's a normal thing. So the world will keep getting bad. And that is a normal thing, it will keep getting bad. Temptations will keep rising. Things will keep spoiling. But when it comes to the life of a believer, because the world is changing, if you are going to stand strong and stand firm in the changing world, your first premise must be that